season so far. We just saw Space Station take down the world champions in Cloud9. NRG smacked them in the mouth last week. G2, it hasn't always been clean. They're the Game 5 heroes, but they remain at the top of the standings undefeated, and so we are underway. And it starts the battle in midfield. Chicago back over to JNAPS. JNAPS having a stellar series earlier today against Splice. Garrett tips that one out to the side. Rizzo and JNAPS teeing it down. Fireburner waiting. Chicago able to play it back to Rizzo. Still Justin hunting for that ball. G2 struggling to get this ball cleared out. JNAPS dumps that one outside of the box. Fireburner puts another light touch right back onto Rizzo. Still Garrett G comes up with it. Garrett G off the backboard. JNAPS, he finds that touch. Justin, a light one back to Fireburner. NRG, methodical, still can't score, and G2 finally clear.
But that pass from Justin was just a thing of beauty there. Justin currently leading in the Golden Striker race and the Clutch Playmaker race, so it has been an insane season for Justin so far.
Justin picking this one up, flips over Chicago, still has the catch, another to beat, almost gets under one. Fireburner has to finish, he does. NRG score first.
And even though Justin doesn't get the goal here, look at this patience, and he just waits, and he has a perfect challenge and gets the bump on Rizzo in net, just leaving Fireburner a wide open net and an easy goal. Justin getting another assist, extending his lead as the Clutch Playmaker.
Just does not stop for Justin. Ever since he entered the RLCS, he's just been a world-class player. And you feel like he gets better every single time we see him play. Fireburner on that challenge. Garrett G just trying to kick it away from the G2 defense. G2 really scrambling on the blue half right now, trying to find something to work. They're feeling the pressure from NRG. That's two whiffs straight away. Finally, JNAPS gets some sort of clear, but they only get it back to midfield. Chicago dumps this one out too, but it's just passes right back to NRG. Justin's shot blocked by Rizzo, can't get back up to it, cleared away, and a great challenge by JNAPS to stay the offense.
And NRG's just doing what they do best, just a smothering offense. Their strong defense, but their offense is just unreal, especially with Justin at the head. It's just a lot for anyone to handle, and G2 also finding some difficulty.
They finally get one. Rizzo gets a touch against the backboard. Fireburner looking for Garrett on the touch straight down. Justin kicks that one out, buys some time for NRG to refuel. Fireburner back over to Garrett G. Chicago winning that challenge back over to JNAPS. JNAPS wrapping it around, believe he picked up the boost as well. But still G2, they can't find their way towards the box. NRG keep it shut down, willing to let G2 try to push them. But they've had the challenge where they've needed to. Chicago, light pass to JNAPS, blocked immediately by Justin.
And just beautiful positioning. Now a chance on the other end, Garrett! An oh my Garrett moment with about 2 minutes left on the clock. A massive goal from him.
It starts with a great challenge from Justin, which kicked this ball up for Garrett. He's in the right position in the corner just to carry it down the field. All he has to do is do what he's done season after season in the RLCS. Easy double tap for Garrett.
Don't let Garrett have a double tap opportunity. 9 times out of 10, he's gonna nail it.
And so NRG late in game number 1. It's a comfortable 2-goal lead, 3 shots on net for G2. And you don't feel like any of them, except for one, that pass to JNAPS that was blocked by Justin, had any chance at the net. It has been a chokehold from NRG for the last 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, only 3 shots here for G2. We already have 9 for NRG.
Justin out the corner. Garrett G back on the rotation. Chicago, these high clears, they just aren't doing it. They're not powerful enough from G2. They can't clear the ball out of their own end. They can't get back to their own touches. Rizzo gets back to this one, but NRG were off the ball and they had some space. Still, NRG have just taken the ball away every time. Justin back over to Fireburner. G2 maybe finds some pressure, but Rizzo's forced back over to JNAPS and pressed by Justin. Quick touch out from Rizzo. G2 have another chance, maybe. The rebound caught by Garrett G. JNAPS against the back wall is Fireburner, and he has the save as well. Now, even when G2 are finding this pressure, that pass blocked by Justin before it could even turn into a shot. Chicago's shot blocked by Fireburner. These are just light pot shots, and that was probably their best shot that they've had, James.
Yeah,
There's still nothing.
NRG just is so quick to get to the ball to shut down the shot at its point of origin. So Justin especially so quick to it. And just NRG looks unbeatable right now.
Justin back over to Garrett, blocked by Chicago. Time expiring in game number 1. And after 10 shots, NRG score on 2 of them, and 2 is all they needed as they effectively shut out G2 in game number 1.
Yeah, statement game for NRG, and look who's the MVP of game 1. No surprise, Justin, the prodigy. Give it a go. You can give it a go. I don't even drive the dominance. So.
They've doubled.
You know, I like that Octane one. As soon as the Octane one's in
nice.
there,
it's
let me know.
Yeah, we'll do.
The flat cars are just not my thing, Jordan.
Well, you know, flat car hype, or long car hype, I guess.
It works for some people, like Justin rocking the Dominus.
The people who are right, like Justin. But game number 2 underway. G2 looking to find their way, and it really just never got going for them. This kickoff started off a little better for them, but it was relentless pressure from NRG and poor clears from G2. That combination just led to the clamp coming down for NRG. Justin on the rotation. It's a win for JNAPS on the challenge. Rizzo expecting the touch from Fireburner. Never came. Past to JNAPS off the back wall. Chicago shot is blocked by Justin.
Justin, just such hustle from him. Garrett was all alone back there, and it was a fantastic setup from G2. The play from the outside and came swooping in to make that save. Well timed from him. Or G2, they certainly thought they had a goal right there.
Rizzo only meets Justin, but now Chicago has some room to work with. He booms it downfield. Rizzo can't get back to it. Quickly on it in midfield is JNAPS. Double commit by NRG. Fireburner gets back to the touch. Rizzo carries this himself off the backboard. JNAPS coming in, blocked again by Justin. Fireburner misses, it's off the post. G2 can't come away with a goal. Gary G racing for this. Rizzo has the touch out, buying a little bit of time for Chicago. Forced to wait, and he able to challenge Fireburner for possession.
And that should have been a goal there for G2. We actually saw Justin bump Fireburner on accident, and that's why Fireburner completely missed the hit on that one. And Garrett!
Wow. Garrett G.
This was a sensational play. Look at Garrett getting his flip reset, waiting till the end, immediately jumping and pushing it by Chicago. I don't even know if he got the flip reset and decided not to use it.
Doesn't matter.
But regardless, that was just unpredictability. And Garrett G.
You wonder what trick they'll pull out of the hat next. What more can this NRG team do to impress you?
You know what, Jorby? Maybe it is the decal, because Garrett G, the only one rocking it, and he made some fireworks go off right there.
And it goes to show you the power of what the flip reset has done. NRG, they score again. Justin off a quick pass from Fireburner. This time, textbook pass out, they score again.
And JNAPS tried to get this ball up the wall. It couldn't follow it. And Fireburner just puts it right out for Justin, catching Chicago off. You know, or perhaps JNAPS just needed to go up the wall and contest that. You can't leave those passing lanes open like that, especially when Justin's the one lurking in the middle.
And again, Justin keeping this one close in the corner, giving himself an opportunity to challenge against Chicago. They still can't work by the corner, but NRG on the rotation have been so quick. It might be them just making G2 look slow on defense. Justin kicks it back to the opposite side of G2 territory. And Rizzo, that touch against the back wall. Chicago just stuffed by Justin on the play. JNAPS has one here. The shot blocked by Fireburner. Does not matter where JNAPS puts that. Fireburner hops up, makes the save. The placement hasn't been there for G2.
I mean, that was a good shot. It's just that the NRG defense has been stepping up. Fireburner reading that shot from JNAPS. You know, against other teams, that might have found the back of the net, but not against NRG.
And Garrett G already downfield. Rizzo has a block, and he gets another one against Fireburner. Chicago gets bumped out of the way. Garrett G on his way out creates an opportunity for Justin. And Justin's challenge knocked away by JNAPS, but coming in was Fireburner. Never stops. And Fireburner making Chicago think just for a second. And that half-second stall by Chicago as Fireburner jumped over him, it just continues. It's a snowball effect of the struggles G2 are having, even getting solid touches onto the ball. Chicago has struggled in this series to find any headway. They've been shut down summarily by NRG.
It really is everyone. It's just NRG is playing at a different plane than everyone else. I mean, we're going to have to think about rebranding the Big Three and figuring out, you know, what do we call the throne that NRG is sitting on in NA?
Right now, G2 still trying to contend for said throne.
Every shot that G2 tries to take, someone from NRG is already there blocking the lane.
And these long passes down, that's a good pass for Rizzo, but it's blocked by Garrett G. Justin back quickly. NRG can do no wrong, James.
Well, and it's just the defense, the speed, everything is there. No mistakes coming out from NRG, very few.
Chicago gets in the way of Justin on the play. JNAPS forces it to Rizzo. Rizzo blocked again as Fireburner and Garrett G both got back to get set on the line. Garrett G now the last man back against Chicago. Chicago finally scores for G2 with 15 seconds left.
It took everything G2 had to finally get one here. Good physical play there. Garrett G coming off the wall, tried to make that save. He didn't have a ton of boost. And it was just a well-placed shot from Chicago, and we've seen some last-second goals today. Can G2 get one here?
Rizzo off the kickoff. Met against Fireburner. Chicago's there in midfield. Up quickly is Justin. He clears it again. JNAPS, if he does it, it's got to be in the air. But up quickly again, Garrett G and NRG do not stop and are bringing it to one of the undefeated teams.
NRG has so many threats.
And I know that we haven't really mentioned his name, and I think it's funny because in the pre-show, Lawler was talking about a Fireburner, sometimes the lost member of NRG. It's always Garrett, always Justin being talked about, but Fireburner in this series, he's done what he's always done, James.
Fireburner, you know, Fireburner is like, you know, if you're going to build a really fancy house, you know what you still need? A solid foundation, and that's what Fireburner is.
G2. It hasn't been pretty this season. They worked their way to an undefeated record this far in. And in their first match against a Big Three squad, they can't find anything. JNAPS blocked against Fireburner on the play. Rizzo takes a wide angle. His shot is blocked immediately. A demo trying to open things up. Chicago gets back to his own touch. Fireburner and Garrett G both contending. Garrett G has that clear.
And you wonder if that's what it's going to take, the physical play. Will we see some demos coming out from G2, some bumps? Rizzo is a player that has a history of being physical. And they're going to need to figure out something because NRG has just been on point.
And G2 needs Chicago. They need JNAPS. These players, Chicago, who has been their striker this season. JNAPS, who in seasons past, you know, the knapsack, we've seen glimpses of him coming back this season. It just hasn't happened here against NRG. They need these players to stand out if they have hope of staying alive in this series.
Well, NRG is a team that has gotten so close so many times to taking that major victory. And Garrett, he had some options this past season to maybe mix it up and go to a different team and try a different roster, but he decided to stay and give this team another shot, and they are really reaping the benefit of that decision, at least so far in league play. They have been looking unstoppable.
You can feel the hunger of NRG. This team has been so close so many times. Garrett especially has been vocal about how he is so ready to win this, and he feels like this is the season. He feels that way every season, and they've been so close, and this is the most dominant we've ever seen this team be. They look really, Vitality and NRG, these are the two best teams right now in Rocket League.
You know, if I had to put money on who's going to make it to that World Championship final, it would be those two teams, especially with plays like that almost coming through. Justin threatening, and we're approaching the halfway point, and still it's been a bit of a game of gridlock so far.
And not a ton of action. There's been some pressure by G2, but NRG, they've been good on the challenge on their own front. G2 with a little bit of space. Chicago wants to play it slow. Fireburner has him there. Rizzo back over to Chicago, blocked by Justin, and Garrett G gonna pick this up. And again, the control, able to get over JNABS, forces Rizzo to have to make a solid touch out. He can't get by Justin. JNABS has to play it out to the corner, and look at the press from NRG. Fireburner back into the corner. Garrett G, a quick follow-up. G2, a little better on the defensive end. Rizzo wins a ton of challenges. Coming back is Fireburner, keeping the door shut. JNABS picks this up in the corner. Can G2 take their first lead of the series? Chicago, a pinch off the ceiling, back to the opposite side of NRG territory. Garrett G, he's challenged by Rizzo. Putting the press on our G2, and Justin finally gets a much-needed clear for NRG.
NRG, they've allowed G2 to set up on the offensive side and put shots towards net, but they just continue to play rock-solid defense. G2 not able to crack this nut, only finding one goal so far.
Oh, good touch, JNABS. Back to Chicago, and he scores. JNABS putting it up off the backboard, and G2 take the lead.
This was unbelievable. The air roll into the flick. That pass from JNABS to Chicago, jaw-dropping. And G2, they get the lead here, and we were just saying how NRG, it didn't seem like they could be beat, but it just took a play like that. And now another one, Chicago.
Right off the kickoff, as JNABS, the quick follow-up, he slows the ball down, gets the touch on his undercarriage to keep control. That allows him to follow it up immediately with another touch, giving Chicago a chance at the net.
Yeah.
That's the kind of play we need to see from G2 to fight back into the series.
Both of these goals were just due to the hustle from JNABS. That one right off kickoff, he beat Fireburner on the second attempt. And JNABS in Chicago, those were the guys even earlier today when we saw them play. JNABS in Chicago leading the effort, and a good save there by Chicago as well.
Needed to see them step up. Justin almost making the entire team miss. He does it, and he scores. Justin is incredible.
He's a one-man team right now. Look at this. Goes by one, fakes out another, 50-50. Oh, Chicago, you're back for more? Well, how do you like that?
Wow. 46 seconds left, NRG down by one. Still trying to complete the sweep.
And what a goal from Justin. I mean, Justin sticking with that one. I think he beat 4 players there in total because Chicago rotated back in to get another helping, and he beat him again.
Garrett tried to catch that one out. JNABS to pinch it back. Time running out for NRG to close the series out. Chicago knocked away from Justin. And a long clear from Justin. Fireburner, last man back for NRG. Chicago around the corner. Met by Fireburner. Garrett G gets a touch back through midfield. We've seen late game heroics at the buzzer today more than once. Can NRG do it again? That shot blocked. They got to get down the field quickly. G2 keeping this lead squarely in their hands. They stay alive in this series. G2 take the game, and we head to game 4.
And even in those final seconds, Chicago with about 10 seconds left on the clock demoed Justin. I think that was the play that really locked in the win there. Right out to Chicago for the first goal, and then beating out Fireburner on the second one. JNABS doing what he had to do, you know, getting out the knapsack at least for one game.
And you love to see it for G2. A team that, you know, it's been up and down, but they've won the series they've been in. G2 are no stranger to Game 5 scenarios. In fact, they're the king of Game 5 scenarios. And so now they try to force another one here. Have G2 woken up?
I would probably say Cookser is the king.
But fair enough.
But we can agree to disagree, Jorby.
That is fair, James. I will defer to you on that one.
The Kings of NA, how about that?
We'll take that. Regional Kings. Rizzo looking. Oh, JNABS, it's not good enough. Just bounced off the crossbar. Chicago and Rizzo both thought maybe each other were going to make a play onto that. NRG can't get the clear out. And ever since that goal that gave G2 the lead, double commit, but they get it out towards the corner. JNABS and Chicago specifically, James, again, they've really, really come alive. And in the first minute, they have an opportunity. Rizzo, he gets the clear out again. Chicago can't win the challenge against Garrett G.
Yeah, G2, they had a relatively slow start just because NRG was getting in the way of everything. But as the series goes on, G2 picking up the pace a little bit, getting a little more space to work with. And JNAPS, even there, you saw him almost hit that nutty angle. So G2, you know, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. You can't let them get back into this series if you're NRG.
Thrown back into the blue half. JNAPS a high clear, met by Justin. Justin keeping this one close, flips it around and buys Fireburner a chance as he carries it around. Chicago, Garrett G rolls it right into JNAPS. He picks up that save. He can't get it by Justin, up quickly for it. Still keeping it off the back wall. Fireburner's shot blocked by Rizzo. G2 looking for some breathing room. Justin out to the corner. They do get some here. And NRG playing this close. G2 have weathered one storm there. Off the back wall, Chicago back to his own touch. Fireburner had to wait for it, and he pays. Can't get back in time. G2 score first.
And you're looking at Fireburner in net. He actually messed up his flip there and got caught out of net. So a defensive mistake there. Perhaps Fireburner thought he had more time. Perhaps he was trying to half flip. It's tough to tell from that situation. But leaving net like that left it vulnerable. And Chicago made him pay for it.
So important to get this lead from G2. So important to score the first goal. You want control of this game. You do not want to give NRG a sniff at closing this series out in 4. You want to get to game 5, and they're doing so right now. Chicago watching closely for that, but it's JNAPS coming in quickly. Much quicker on the rotation. Rizzo picks this up, tries to play it slow. Over Fireburner, he can't clear this out. Garrett G quickly back to be able to make the save. And James, in those first 2 games for NRG, they did have a lot of solid defense. G2 were putting on pressure though, and they're starting to find cracks in NRG's defense.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
That mistake there from Fireburner, certainly a big crack that was exploited.
Garrett back over to Fireburner. Kicks straight back out. Chicago, he's got Rizzo downfield, blocked out by Justin. Back to it is Chicago. Just ends up dumping it off. Back towards midfield. Fireburner wins 1. Justin blocked against Rizzo. Chicago carrying this out. He's got Rizzo on the wing, but he's blocked by Garrett G. Racing back is JNAPS to make the save.
And that was excellent hustle by JNAPS to get back in time. And now an open net. Chicago couldn't get control of it.
He missed, and NRG, the scorelines are still 1-0. Could have been an insurance goal for G2. Instead, it's still 1-0. G2 keeping up that pressure. JNAPS getting another touch out to the opposite side of NRG territory. Fireburner can't keep it going. Rizzo just misses the touch out. Justin, and that touch got away from him. JNAPS taking advantage, but Fireburner, another booming clear. Chicago severely undercut. Justin puts it in. NRG tie the game.
What a dazzling shot here from Justin. Look at him. Boom, turning upside down, flipping into it and putting it top shelf. Rizzo had 0 chance at that save. Justin, he really is a prodigy, Jorby.
And not from lack of pressure either, James. 4 shots on net for Justin. Finally connects on that one. Now looking to carry and get another goal. He forces the own goal. Justin with a second. 48 seconds left, and NRG take the lead.
And Justin had really no boost. He was going pad to pad, and JNAPS, you just got to get out of dodge, get out of the way. A little unfortunate for him. The 50-50 goes right into JNAPS, into their own net. That has got to be heartbreaking if you're a G2 fan, to give up the goal that way.
And after all these saves, they have 8 saves, G2. From these shots that NRG have put on, finally, NRG worked their way through. And it's G2 having to fight back with 30 seconds left. Chicago wraps it around. Rizzo on the back. And it forces JNAPS back towards midfield. A long, high ball. Not anything to work with. 10 seconds left for G2. NRG, Justin against the back wall. Rizzo back over to J-Naps. Can they get down the field? Fireburner's there to close it shut. He gets it back to the other side of G2 territory. NRG in 4 games remain the last undefeated team in the North American RLCS.